Baker, and this is 30 Days of Making Action Hospital number 9, January 8, I think, is 7, January 7. Yeah, I kind of forgot about making the video today because I've been making comics all day. I've been working on page 213, 9-panel grid. All of it is drawn except for the last panel, which I'm in the process of doing right now. I will probably not post any time lapses at the end of this video. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I write things like Action Hospital, Fuck Off Squad, and Teenage Switchblade. Today, these logs are usually about Action Hospital and me making it, but I've kind of been drawing it all day, and I don't want to talk about that. So I'm going to talk about the comics I've been reading, namely Machine Man. I picked up a bunch of Machine Man comics. The one that I'm most excited about is Machine Man number 10 by Steve Ditko and Marv Wolfman. I'm really excited about this cover because it's super comics. It tells you everything you need to know in one image. There's a robot guy. He's designed by this scientist dude. Look at him. He's in that little weird lab med bay thing. This episode comes right, or this issue comes right after an issue where apparently Machine Man guest starred in the Hulk. And they got into a fight, and he got hit so hard that it fucked up his interior circuits, and now there's a self-destruct. Jesus, if I could use words. Self-destruct sequence going off inside him. So the doctor and his friend, who I'm not sure how they're related, they have to. I don't know that much about Machine Man. All I know about Machine Man is like the baby in the 2001 Jack Kirby comics is Machine Man somehow. That's all I really know, is that they can never reprint those comics because they don't have the rights to reprint them anymore, and Kirby then spun it off into like the baby grows up and is this super powered vigilante thing, which is like one of the weirder things in comics. His name's Aaron Stack. He is basically Data, but with superpowers. He fights crime? I mean, in this issue is mostly him just kind of being like, oh god, please, don't kill me. And the military comes towards the middle of the episode, and he like fights a dude in like an F-16, and then fucks the F-16 up. The dude ejects from it, and then he like saves the guy, but the pilot of the plane is so freaked out that he shoots him in the face with like a laser gun while he's being saved, which is super funny to me because like you're falling through the air and your hatred for some unknown quantity is so great that you would rather die, which I guess, now that I'm saying it out loud, a lot of things in the military are kind of that way, black and white, that us versus them mentality. But in the condensed 1970s style of comics, that narrative isn't necessarily explored. It's more just like, and then it'd be cool if this military guy shot Machine Man in the face while he was saving him. It's really dense, though. There's like minimum 7 panels per page, which is really cool. I also just love the fact that Ditko's inks are kind of looser. It's funny, when I was reading this doesn't look like I thought Ditko would look during this time period, because it's been a while since I've read some of his stuff from this period. I read a bunch of his Charlton stuff, which was also, I guess it wasn't that far from this time period, because it was like late 70s, I think. And he just gives no fucks during most of that, which is interesting. You can see him kind of like making this weird path towards minimalism that he started doing in the early 2000s, where it's like 3 lines in a panel and like it's a guy's face, or like he draws a dude's ear and then a word balloon. But for some reason, my idea of what Ditko looked like during this time period is a little bit different. For Marvel stuff, I kind of just think of Spider-Man, which in my head is probably more idiosyncratic than it actually is, because everyone is always like, Steve Ditko, he's the crazy one, and he loves those weird little lines and those weird ugly faces from Parker. I don't know what that voice was. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed how clean and simple a lot of this stuff was, and how effortless it felt, which I normally would not describe Steve Ditko's artwork as, because a lot of Ditko's stuff, even when it's simple, it feels like he's really like, oh God, must put this mark on the page. I also really enjoy, in this issue specifically, there's a lot of like little call-out balloons, or little like, here, let me find one. Like, this is really fucking cool. It's a splash page where they've just performed surgery on him, and they're basically showing you a like breakdown of all the things that he can do. Where it's like, he's got extendo arms, and look at his eyes, they protract, and he has telescope vision or something, I don't fucking know. He's got a crazy brain. Yeah, telescopic leg extensions. Yeah, it's really fun. It's also a really nice condition book for being, however the fuck old it is. It's from 1979, according to the cover date. Yeah, I don't know. It's also got an ad for the Star Trek The Motion Picture on the back, which I'm really excited about, because fuck that movie, it sucks. But this ad's really nice, and I would totally go see this movie if I didn't know that it fucking sucked. Sorry, I have thoughts on Star Trek The Motion Picture. And yes, I'm aware of the crazy behind-the-scenes bullshit that made that movie so bad, but also, God, that movie fucking sucks. Yeah, I don't know. It's really cool. It's really cool seeing Ditko, even after his prime, I guess, because his prime is what most people probably would consider is Spider-Man. But I really, really enjoyed this book, and I kind of just bought it surely because of him, and because I don't know anything about Machine Man. So I bought that, and then one other Ditko one, and then two issues 5 and 8, two other Kirby ones, and then the 4-issue Barry Windsor Smith, Herb Trimpe Machine Man miniseries. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of all I have to say about that. I'm gonna go continue drawing, and tomorrow I will probably post stuff with time lapses. Alright. Bye!